Hello, it's Anatolii from Schemos here, and today I wanted to talk to you about why should you care about performance testing. As part of our QA assessment service that we have in the company, we are providing load and stress test, which is part of the performance testing. And this is one of the packages that we have. And we often get the question from customers, why do I need this? I don't understand it. So let's talk about why should you care about performance testing, and in particular load and stress testing, and what is the difference. So why should you care? The first impression of the application that your customers will use is very, very important. Right now, people are getting used to checking things quickly. If they don't look like fine or they don't work quickly, they just never come back to that application. So before you actually make it live and show it to customer, you need to make sure the customer experience, not only UX will be good, but speed will be good for the customers that will be using this application. So if we think about it, there are two ways to actually make sure that this performance is what you need it to be. So first is the load testing. Load testing is a method where you project how many customers you will get simultaneously using your application and what is the response time of the pages will be, how quickly it will work after you get those customers, right? So the marketing team can estimate how many customers they think will get to application at the same time, and then QA team simulates that behavior by just running in parallel a lot of users, number of users that actually is stated by marketing team or some predictions, and they provide reports of how quickly those pages are working under that load. So it might be that with 1-2 users application responses in let's say under 2 seconds, but when you have 2,000 users at the same time, it's already 15 seconds, which is not usable for the regular customers. They will not be using it. So you need to understand that, and you need to account for that when you actually doing the new application or preparing new release. So that's what's called load testing, when you predict how many users you will have and you run automated scripts that emulate behavior of those users and track how much time it actually takes to open each page, go through the application, what's the CPU usage, how the servers behave, and things like that, right? When you understand that, you may do some, tweaks here and there to actually account for that and scale application differently. That's what load testing is. Now, what stress testing is. Another way to look at it is to understand how many users simultaneously your infrastructure or application can handle. So it's very similar to load test, but in here, we don't get the prediction from the marketing or team or someone from management on how many users will be using this application. In reality, we just write the same scripts that will emulate behavior of the users in application and just increase it over time. So doing step, increasing those users and seeing how the system behaves. Our goal here is to understand at which point system will crash. That's what called stress testing. So you increase until it actually crashes. When it crashes or becomes unresponsive, that means this is the number of users we can handle in parallel on this infrastructure. And this is valuable information for you as a business owner or a marketing team or whoever, just because they can let know, the infrastructure team or like the DevOps team to scale application if it reaches half of that number that we predicted in a stress test, right? So if there is X amount of users right now on the application, you need to scale it up and have 2 servers running the same app, and so on, so you can understand your numbers, and when you know the numbers, you can do the proper decisions based off of not feelings but numbers. So that was the difference between load and stress testing and why you should care.